Okay, so in the last video, we looked at how to make the enemy attack. In the previous video, we had the enemy do an attack animation, but didn't actually do any damage to a player. Now a character can be damaged, and they can be the object will be removed from the scene if their hit points reaches 0 or below 0. So now we want to modify this, so rather than always attacking the first character, we're going to randomize it. As I said, there's several things you can do. You can do like an aggro meter. I think that's really kind of complex for this particular tutorial. Aggro meters tend to be more like in MMOs and games like that. For a simple console or should I say a single player JRPG, random attack is probably sufficient. So let's see how we have to modify this. So basically what we did was a couple things. We said that for the enemy conscript, what we did is we said that, so this is where the enemy attacks. It goes to the coroutine enemy return. So in enemy return, we automatically remove we reduce the HP of the witch. So that's really what makes the connectivity. That's what makes the witch lose HP. The fact that the witch is being attacked is the fact that this is being modified. So in other words, you have to make this conditional. It won't always be this. Sometimes it will instead be this, the suit HP. So, how do we do that? Let's take a look. What we do is we expand on this. We're going to put this basically between an if section, an if statement. So we need to create a new variable. That variable is going to be, we could just make it a public int. We don't need it to be static, so we don't need to go off the battle flow. So public int. And it's going to be, we'll call this hero attacked. In other words, which hero is going to be attacked. And we're going to set this at 0 to begin with. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have it match. We'll see functionally if it makes a difference, but if nothing else, to keep it straight in our head, since the witch is number 1 for the witch turn, go here to battle flow. So witch turn, if it equals number 1, it's the witch. If it's number 2, it's the suit. So we may not actually make that direct comparison, but at least you, the player, you the designer, rather not the player, you, the designer, can keep it straight that if we're using the number 1 when we're talking about enemy selection or player selection, I should say, then we know that we're talking about the witch, and number 2 will be the suit. So again, we're in enemy con. So witch con dot witch HP minus equals enemy attack. So we want this to be conditional. So we created hero attacked. What we need to do is we need to now assign a random number to that, and based on the random number, we'll determine what you're going to do here. So if, oops, sorry, getting ahead of myself. Let's do the random number first. So hero attacked equals random dot range, and it's going to be 1, 3. Now here's the thing, and if you find different results, so be it. According to documentation, these two numbers are inclusive, which means that the random range should be 1, 2, or 3. I have never actually seen this upper number ever be selected. So what I do is I bump it up 1 higher than what I need it to be. Because again, if I was to do, say, 1 comma 2, it would always be number 1. Even though it says those numbers are meant to be inclusive, it doesn't seem to work that way. Having said that, there's an easy way to adjust for this. Just in case the number 3 ever shows up, there's an easy way to adjust for that. Okay, so our new variable is going to be set to a random range of 1 or 2. And like I said, the 3 really shouldn't show up. And again, we're using that because we said number 1 is the witch and number 2 is the suit. So, if hero attacked equals 1, and it's not in quotes because you're looking for an actual number and not the number 1 but as a text. Okay. And this is what I was talking about, else. So if it equals number 1, it's the witch. If it comes out to anything else, it'll be the suit. So even if it does for some reason come out to number 3, it'll still be the suit. So what we do is we'll copy this, paste it here, but we're going to make one change. This is going to be suit HP, and it didn't auto populate it, so something's not right. Oh, sorry, it's suitcon. I declare that in. So, see, it's right here. So this needs to be we'll just rewrite it then. Sorry, that wasn't as efficient as I thought it would be. Suitcon.suitHP. There it is. But it's good teachable moment. It demonstrates that you need to declare the script that a static variable is declared in. You actually need to say what script it's found in. And the only time you don't have to declare it is if you're making a change within that script itself. So, what we did is we added this new random range. We said if the range is 1, then minus which HP. If it comes out to anything other than 1, so in this case it would be 2 or 3, then the suit HP is reduced. And it really should be that easy. So unless I made a mistake, that's all it should take. Now, at least for the randomization, we have code in place that says if the witch has been destroyed, go to the suit. We need to do the opposite as well, that if the suit has been destroyed, then it should go to the witch. So this gives you the randomization, but doesn't adjust yet for if that character has been defeated. So what we want to do here is in the suitcon, because in the witch, we did this. If witch HP is less than 0, then destroy. Now, witch has a status, the suit does not. So let's go to battle flow and make a corresponding variable for the suit. So suit status. And again, will be equal to OK to begin with. Now, we just look to see what we did here. We'll copy it, even though a bunch of it needs to change. So in the update section, we want to repeat that functionality. So this really isn't new functionality. This is just an elaboration of something we already added. So we said it's not which HP, it's suit HP. And we want the suit status to be set to dead and destroy game object. Okay, so far so good. They both can be destroyed. They both can be attacked. But we still need to make an adjustment based on whether or not they're dead. So in enemy con, this is the statement that chooses which one is going to be attacked. It assigns a random number and then says, okay, go ahead and subtract. We now need to modify this if either one has been killed, that we don't want this to happen. So we go to battle flow, and what we did was this. At least for the witch, as far as your ability to attack. So in battle flow, if which turn is equal to 1 and which status is equal to dead, which turn becomes 2. So we change this. If which turn is equal to 2 and suit status equals dead, then which turn equals 1. So in other words, we just took this and modified it. Again, we're really not adding that much new functionality this time. We're really just modifying uh, routines that are already in place. Okay, so far, so good. You should no longer be able to attack with either character when they're dead. And now either character should be attacked by the enemy. The last piece of the puzzle is this does not, as I said, this does not adjust for whether or not they're dead. So right now you could still attack the enemy, not you, sorry. The enemy could attack someone who is dead. So let's do, yeah, let's not run this yet. I was going to say run it, but this will generate an error. So what we can do is this. Because this is an if statement, this will occur or this will occur. They both won't occur. Okay? So what we need to do is we need to, before we get to this, modify the number accordingly. So if battle flow dot which status equals dead, we want to do something. Now you could say, well, should we check first? And since there's only two choices, in this case we actually don't have to check. We could just say if which status is dead, then we're going to override this. Hero attacked will then be set to 2. Now if there was more than 2, and it wasn't just an either or, we'd have to be more complex about this. And then we just flip this. If suit status is dead, then hero attacked is equal 1. So what we've done now is we roll our random number, but then we make an adjustment. Well, if the witch is dead, set this to 2. If the suit is dead, set it to 1. So if there were more options, we would want to check the number first. But since it's only 2 choices, then it really doesn't matter. So what we can do is we save this, and I think that should do it. The only thing this doesn't do is if they're both dead, you're then in an infinite loop. We can get to that in a minute, though. So which HP is down to 50? Which HP? Oh, I know why. The debug log only displays her hit points. So that means the suit was probably attacked that time, which tells us it's working. Okay, that time the witch was attacked because it's 30. Again, the witch was attacked. Oh. Pumpkin died, sorry. Let's make that 900. So witch attacks. Suit attacks. Witch HP is 50, so I believe the witch starts at 50. That means the suit was attacked. I probably could modify that debug if there's an issue, but which HP is 50, so suit's probably been attacked twice now. Now witch is down to 30. Which is down to 10. Which is still 10. That means the suit probably was attacked. Which got destroyed. Now should automatically attack the suit. There we go. So I probably, like I said, in the debug section, So in the debug section right here, I only displayed the witch HP. So even though the suit's HP was being modified, it wasn't displaying it. So it might seem like a glitch. It wasn't. We just didn't tell it to display the suit HP. So I'm thinking that's good for this video, because now we've gone from being always attacking only one character to randomly attacking either character's adjustment if the character is dead. That way you can't use the character. The enemy won't attack a dead character. So I think that should about do it for this video. As I said, I don't think I'm going to do another version where we look at aggro. I really think that would be... We really couldn't do it yet anyways, because one of the things that aggro looks at is how much damage are you doing, but also looks at how much healing are you doing. But maybe you also have a move that specifically gets aggro. That kind of complexity, since there's that kind of complexity in the calculation, you wouldn't really be able to put an aggro system in until you really have a fully fleshed out damage system, which we don't have yet. So I think that's it for this video. Yes, I think that's it for now. And the next video, we'll probably look at doing a battle over sequence, and there'll be two flavors of that. One, the enemy gets destroyed. Two, both players are destroyed. So enemy gets destroyed, match will say you win, and you gained X amount of XP. And it'll just be a set amount right now. We'll get into a XP system later. Alternatively, if both your players are destroyed, then you'll get a message that says you were defeated. Do you want to retry? And so that should about do it.